on, swing with it. Throw with it, baby. I gave you a chance, man. And now you laying on the ground looking up at me. What's going on, everybody? Hope your day's going great. If not, hope something along throughout your day makes the day even greater. If not, hope this video makes the day even greater. Today we're going to be reacting to Ryan Garcia vs. Gervonta Davis. Would not even be close. There's 4 things you can do for me before I start reacting to this video. It would mean a lot and help a lot to this channel. Leaving a like for this video to reach out more audiences. Subscribe and clicking on that red subscribe button as well as that bell button to be notified every time I upload a video, whenever I upload a video. As well as sharing this video to whoever it may be. Ranging from your friend, coworker, teammate, MILF, uncle, aunt, whoever it may be, as well as commenting down your thoughts and reaction on this video. And who do you have winning between Davis and Garcia? Me personally, I'm taking Davis. But it would be for sure fight of the year, if not one of the best fights of the year if this were to go down. But I think Ryan Garcia is moving up, or I think he's going up to 140. Not sure yet, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. But they were supposed to fight anyways. They were supposed to fight a long time ago. Then Garcia pulled out for some mental issues or something like that, something related like that. But let's react to it. Let's listen to his opinion. Let's listen.
I think there's a really big difference between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis.
Talk to me.
At the time of this recording, July 17th, 2022, Ryan Garcia just pulled out his 19th KO and 23rd win overall. He did this in the 6th round against Javier Fortuna when he knocked him out.
Yo, I haven't seen that fight though. I'm gonna react to it probably after this video, to be honest with you.
This signature left hook.
If I
and
can,
what seems like tradition at this point,
stuff.
Ryan Garcia would call out Gervonta Davis in the post-fight interview.
But I will fight Tank next. If Tank wants that at 140, I'm gonna record all the negotiations so you guys don't make no headlines saying I'm ducking.
Okay, see, my thing with this is, bro, I'm a fan of Ryan Garcia, bro, but when it comes to Ryan Garcia versus Davis, I'm taking Davis, and I'm siding with Davis because, bro, the fight was there to be made at 135. And you've been calling this dude out multiple times. And I saw this compilation of multiple times after a fight, Ryan Garcia calling out Davis, right? Not one time have they fought. And he's called him out multiple times, bro. And now you expect the dude to go up 140 when the fight was already, like, there at 135. Now you want him to go up to 140. I don't see it happening, but you just never know. Let's go back to this, babe, because I just don't see him. He has the potential to beat Davis, but, like, in the world we live in now, I don't see it.
If he want it, let's get it.
It feels like it's been years that this fight has been hyped, but never been close to
yeah.
fruition. Over a year and a half.
And I hope it's not the same thing, because it has been the same thing with Crawford and Spence. I just want to see them fight. I know they're in talks right now. I know they're in deep negotiations right now. So I think it's gonna happen sometime this year. I'm hoping for that.
A half ago, Ryan Garcia went on to the Mike Tyson podcast, called out Gervonta Davis, and even FaceTimed Gervonta Davis, but literally nothing came out of this.
I love you. This nigga talking mad shit over here, Tank. Look at this nigga, Tank.
2 rounds, baby, 2 rounds.
You can find several YouTube videos by very popular boxing channels discussing a potential super fight between the two.
It would be a super fight. That's what I'm saying. Think about it. Think about it like this, bro. If you were to have Davis and Garcia fight against each other, we're talking about one of the most exciting fighters to ever do it, and for sure of our generation right now, or at least presently right now, and Gervonta Davis. And then you have an internet sensation, but also can throw hands, is fast, and is a Mexican fighter with Ryan Garcia, bro. I mean, this fight would be absolutely, it would break records for sure. And just imagine the press conferences. I mean, we're talking about millions on millions on views right now. I mean, that would be big. I mean, that would run up the front office and everything. that fight would be monumental to watch for sure. But like I keep saying, man, the chances of Davis going up to 140 at the moment, I don't see it happening. I give like Davis a few more. I give him like probably 1-2 more years at 135, and then maybe he moves up to 140. But I think he's comfortable at 135 at the moment.
It would be an understatement to say that this fight hasn't been heavily anticipated by many fans alike. But unlike most anticipated super fights, would this fight even be competitive?
Yes, it would be competitive, bro. But Davis would win.
Would this fight even be close? What I'm trying to
I'm
say
not sure
is
about
that
close.
there is a big difference between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta
I'm not
Davis,
sure about it being
and I
close,
think the
but yeah,
difference
it
is
would be
so
competitive.
big that this fight would not even be close. This is why Gervonta Davis is levels above Ryan. Big, the difference
Wait, what?
between Ryan Garcia fight even be close. What I'm trying to say is that there is a big difference between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, and I think the difference is so big that this fight would not even be close.
So
This is
so
why
he's saying the
Gervonta
same thing
Davis
as me. So we're on the same page. We both have Davis winning. But let me hear him out.
Davis is levels above Ryan Garcia.
Okay.
So first, let's go over some basic stats. Ryan
Stats.
Garcia stands at 5'10" with a 70-inch reach,
Yep.
and has
That
a record
reach
of
advantage is gonna be
23-0
crazy.
with 19 KO.
Let me move myself so you guys can see this.
Making that around an 83% knockout rate.
That's crazy.
Gervonta Davis, on the other hand, stands at 5'5" with a 67.5-inch reach, with a record of 27-0 with 25 KOs, making that at around 92.5%.
Wait, how old is Davis again? Someone comment down how old
So at
Davis
first
is.
glance, both fighters are undefeated, and they have a very high knockout.
I mean, look at these stats right here. 5'5", probably fight 5'6" on his best day. 5'10", probably 5'11" on his best day. The reach advantage, it may not seem a lot statistically, bro, but that is a huge advantage. That's one of the reasons why I say it would be a competitive fight, right? Because a 70-inch reach, right, compared to a 67.5-inch reach. But we've seen Davis do this multiple times, but at someone at the skill set of Ryan Garcia, I don't think he's ever faced someone like that, right? But with that being said, we've seen Davis against multiple opponents like Rolly, right? He was tall, lengthy, power. He doesn't possess the same speed as Garcia, but he was still. There was times, yeah, Davis saying he was just take it easy on him, but I think Romero won a few rounds, probably 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. But off these stats, man, it's just an impressive career for both ends. I respect Garcia for going to 140, but to be calling out Davis again once you're going up to 140 and expecting him to move up to 140 once the negotiation you pulled out of the fight at 135, it just doesn't seem right to me, bro. But career-wise for you, man, I feel like it's going to be great.
Percentage. But Ryan Garcia seems to have the natural advantage at a taller frame and a much longer reach. But as you may know, in boxing and fighting in general, the person with the taller frame or the longer reach doesn't necessarily make them the better fighter. So let's go over their resume. Like I said, they're both undefeated fighters, but the level of competition is vastly different between the two. Ryan Garcia has fought in one weight class, lightweight at 135 pounds, and has won one interim belt, the WBC interim lightweight title. On the other hand, Gervonta Davis has fought in 3 weight classes: super featherweight, which is at 130 pounds, lightweight, which is 135 pounds, and super lightweight, which is at 140 pounds. He has won 4 belts across these 3 weight divisions. He has won the WBA super featherweight title, the IBF super featherweight title, the WBA lightweight title, and the WBA super lightweight title. Now going over their level of competition, let's go over the former champions each fighter has faced. Ryan Garcia
level of competition off the top of my head, I'd give it to Davis.
Only faced 1 in Luke Campbell, while Gervonta Davis has faced 4: Gamboa, Santa Cruz, Barrios, and Pedraza. Notably, Leo Santa Cruz was a champion in 4 different.
Hey man, I feel like don't sleep on Isaac Cruz, man. I know Davis did his thing against Isaac Cruz, but Isaac Cruz did his thing as well. Well, I think you forgot to add Isaac Cruz to that. I think that's a bit disrespectful to Isaac Cruz.
Though old when he fought Gervonta Davis, was a 2-division champ in the super
Gamboa was a
lightweight
beast.
class.
Gamboa was a
gold
beast.
medalist in the 2004 Olympics. Though both fighters have had a young career, Gervonta Davis definitely has a leg up in competition and definitely has the stronger resume. But resumes are one thing. Which fighter has the better style for the other?
This is why I'm saying it would be exciting, man.
Skill set to deal with the other. So Ryan Garcia is probably very well known as being an extremely quick puncher.
Yeah.
He probably has some of the fastest hands in boxing, and his left hook is so deadly. Not only is it an extremely quick punch, but it's also extremely precise. As you saw this Saturday against Javier Fortuna, he was able to...
I need to watch that fight, man. I need to watch it.
And he's
I need to watch it.
placed
I'm gonna react to it. Comment if you guys want me to react to that.
Opponents. But besides his lightning quick hands and his extremely deadly and precise left hook, he really has nothing else elite in his skill set. He's been criticized for having a lack of head movement, footwork, and offensive variety like a right hand, an uppercut, or a jab.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it too. Ryan Garcia's fights have been short. I mean, these guys have been disappointed in him knocking dudes out early. I mean, we haven't seen his full skill set yet, I feel like.
And to emphasize lack of head movement, Luke Campbell, who was the first real high-level fighter that Ryan has faced, was able to take advantage of this and drop Ryan in the second round. And on the other side of this, you might be thinking Gervonta Davis is just a power puncher. So this fight is simply just elite speed versus elite power.
It's
but
more than
if
that.
you were able to watch Gervonta Davis at a high level, he is extremely diversified. Most recently, he was able to show us his patience and high ring IQ when he perfectly timed Rolly with a counter in the 6th round. He showed this same level of patience, but instead in a more hunting and stalking approach when facing Mario Barrios. He eventually found a good opening in the 8th round when he dropped Mario Barrios once to the head and once to the
Mario Barrios is a heck of a fighter too.
He wore down Mario Barrios, and by the 11th round was able to TKO him. And with the Leo Santa Cruz fight,
Leo Santa Cruz too, man.
A very high level fighter, and eventually showed us his devastating...
Man, why do I feel like the volume is so low? Like, it's max volume, bro.
Power when he delivered one of the most deadly uppercuts that I've ever seen live. And even
that corner uppercut was crazy.
Really good ring IQ and defensive skill, and mostly fought this fight on the back foot, and eventually won this via points.
And don't forget, that was the fight where against Isaac Cruz where he injured I think it was his left hand. That I had questions about that. I don't know if you guys watched my older videos or if you're new, but in my older videos I was like, hey, before that fight even happened between him and Rolly, I'm like, yo, I hope Tank's hand is alright going into the Rolly's fight, because he's gonna need it.
This is a small sample.
I'm glad his hand is alright.
I can show you different ways Gervonta Davis is able to win his fights. And if you compare this with how Ryan Garcia finishes his fights, in his last 10 finishes, he KO'd his opponents 8 out of the 10 times with a left hook. I'm not going to go into extensive detail of how Ryan Garcia
Boy's daredevil or something, man.
But it's mostly moving forward using his...
I'm not going to lie, that thing would hit me straight in the forehead.
With a left hook.
Psych, man. That thing... Hey, you can have I can have a whole ski mask without no holes in it, and I won't be able to see anything. Like, my whole face is covered. That thing's coming at me. Boom! Hit it one time, that thing goes flying through the windows, crack windows, through a nape. Like, that's the type of power I have, right? That's the type of power I possess. But I don't want to make this about me, you know. I want to stay humble and sit back on the sidelines and just watch, you know. I don't want to talk about me, you know. It's just, you know, the boxing stuff is what I do. You know, it ain't really X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, you know. But let's go.
So through this pretty short but effective comparison, we can see that Gervonta Davis has much more weapons in his arsenal, and he can switch up his attack in a number of different ways. Ryan, in comparison, is relatively very one-dimensional and only has one really elite weapon in his arsenal.
I don't know. I see what you're saying. I agree with you, Davis winning against Garcia, bro. But to say Garcia is one-dimensional, I can't agree with that. But let me watch his latest fight between whatever the dude's name is against Garcia. No disrespect to the other dude's name. You're a professional boxer for a reason, bro. But I just don't remember your name. So I don't know how many rounds it went up to, but I feel like Garcia hasn't been in that situation yet where he's faced a high-level fighter. Yeah, you can say Luke Campbell, but he hasn't fought like a high-level fighter to the point where he's been challenged enough where he's been deep in the rounds. Has this guy even been past a round 10 fight? I don't recall.
Arsenal, which is his left hook. This is not to say Ryan doesn't have potential to have a really deep skill set, but frankly, we haven't seen different approaches to his
Yeah, man.
So from the sounds of this video, it sounds like I'm a really big Ryan hater, but I'm not. I actually think he's really good for boxing. He brings a lot of popularity and a lot of eyes to the sport. But there's levels to this. Even though this fight would be huge and extremely popular, I don't think it would be as competitive or as close as people may think. And again, that's not to say Ryan doesn't have the potential to become better and eventually make this fight with Gervonta Davis competitive, but currently he hasn't shown that improvement in his recent fights. Personally, I'd love to see him fight George Kambosos, who is another fighter I would say is on that tier of just below a Tank, a Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, or Lomachenko.
That's a good call out. Kambosos versus Garcia. Dang, man, that's actually that would actually be a great fight. That would actually be a great fight.
And I know Kambosos did win over Teofimo Lopez, but we need to run that back. Kambosos lost really decisively against Devin Haney, so I wouldn't necessarily put Kambosos on that tier yet. As for Gervonta Davis, I'd love to see him fight Devin Haney. I think that would be a really good fight against two undefeated, really young guys that have shown that they can be champions. What do you guys think?
For sure.
Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight.
Nah, man. I mean, it's a heck of a video. I'm gonna link his video in the description box below. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, it's your opinion, my opinion. We both agree on the end result happening. We just see it different ways to why it is, right? But of course, my opinion is probably better than yours, more valid than yours. But bro, heck of a video. I'm gonna link it in the description, man. Enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this video as well, leave a like on the video, subscribe, share, comment, all of that. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your morning, rest of your night. Catch you on the next one.